Well, tonight we continue in the book of 1 Corinthians. So if you will turn to 1 Corinthians chapter 10, verse 23, and we will read through chapter 11, verse 1. This is one of those places where we're reminded that the chapter and verse divisions were added later. In fact, verse 1 very clearly seems to go with chapter 10 more than it does with the thing that follows. But all of this is a reminder. There's a portion of this particular text that is kind of like a be-like sermon. Now, when I was in seminary, I was told to avoid be-like sermons. You know those sermons, be like Moses, be like David or Elijah. And the problem with those types of sermons is it's neither possible to be just like them, nor is it salvific. In other words, we can't be saved if we're like those people. They were neither perfect, nor were they able to save others. And yet here's a little mini sermon by Paul where he says, be like me. This, however, is to follow Paul's example after coming to faith in Jesus Christ in consideration of how that will work in the life of the church. So follow along as I read verse 23 of chapter 10 through verse 1 of chapter 11. All things are lawful, but not all things are helpful. All things are lawful, but not all things build up. Let no one seek his own good, but the good of his neighbor. Eat whatever is sold in the meat market without raising any question on the ground of conscience. For the earth is the Lord's and the fullness thereof. If one of the unbelievers invites you to dinner and you are disposed to go, eat whatever